Hello, I'm FX Toycat, and here is me riding a boat off my boat slide in my Let's Play world that I play almost every single day. You get pretty much what you expect. The boat goes down, it's not very fun, but it functions like a Minecraft boat would. But if you were to download my world from the marketplace and do the exact same thing, I mean, again, it's literally the same world, you can't spot the difference, but if you do this exact same thing, something interesting happens because you don't go down the boat slide at all. In fact, the boat doesn't seem to be affected by gravity at all, and instead you float in the air endlessly. That's right, for some reason, in the marketplace version of this map, there is, as you can see, a weird bug that exists exclusively there that allows boats to float, and this has all sorts of weird shenanigans I want to talk about, and I will be explaining why and how this happens today. But first of all, isn't this bizarre and isn't this interesting? It's not just in this one spot, by the way. It happens anywhere in the world. If you place a boat, it won't work the way you expect it to. Are you riding a boat in the end because you want to see my end village that exists at the end of this really long thing, but accidentally you come off the pathway at high speed? Well, guess what? The boat will continue at high speed above the end, which is absolutely terrifying for some people. I mean, you should be dead right now, but you're not because of the floating bug conundrum. It really is a funny thing to see. It really is a fascinating thing to see. And again, I want to show you some of the weird edges of this in today's video and talk about why this can happen at all. How is it that the exact same map, it literally is my world, but just a slightly older copy, has a bug in it when it's the same Minecraft? And indeed, if you were to make these exact same things in your normal Minecraft world, those bugs wouldn't apply. And the answer is something kind of deep down. But again, to show you the weird permutations of this, allow me to do something rather strange here and ride this boat from here onto some flat land, shall we? So as you can see, the boat is over here, and it's all fine and good. Everything's wonderful in the boat. But before I explain how, let me just explain the full situation, because yes, this is a downloadable copy of the world from the marketplace. It is very slightly trimmed, but it is fundamentally the same thing. But because it comes from the marketplace, which is Microsoft's, it's a big thing that they have been working on for a while. It has a lot of small marketplace additions, which are designed to make the map work longer in the long run. By the way, look at this. I get out of my boat on dry land, and it goes off on a little bit of a journey by itself. We'll follow this as we talk about this, because the interesting thing is that the marketplace is designed so that you can buy Minecraft content. But here's the thing, the marketplace has existed since 2017, and given that it's been so many years, a lot of those old maps, the boat is now rotating into this tree. But a lot of those old maps would no longer work in the current versions of Minecraft, of course, because they would be built for Minecraft 1.2, and now we're in 1.16, and so there'd be some fundamentally broken maps that they wouldn't be able to sell anymore. And although they could work out a system for removing these maps from the stores or forcing the people who made them to update them, the truth is they don't do either of those things, and instead what they do, even with no blocks around, the boat still just rotates endlessly in a more confusing way than if it had done nothing. In fact, can we ride it off here? Let's ride it off here. No, we literally can't. The boat goes nowhere. Oh god, it's even... What is happening with this boat? What is happening with any of this? Now it's just drifting off this way and spinning at the same time. But the interesting thing about the marketplace is they want to have a way to solve SL older maps, and so they developed an emulation system inside of Minecraft that will just emulate Minecraft 1.2. If there are Minecraft maps made before the village trading, they can emulate those older versions, and although it's a lot more complex than that, that is the bare gist of things. Minecraft does have the ability to run older versions of the game, but it doesn't do it by, actually loading up that version. It just disables and enables the relevant features when necessary. This is a huge thing, this is a huge undertaking, and it's one of the reasons why Minecraft Bedrock requires so much support, because each of those versions can have their own bugs. As you can see right here, this is the 1.16, but the 1.16 that runs on the marketplace version of maps, which is usually exactly the same as 1.16 that you'd play on your ordinary worlds, except maybe the boat physics broke somewhere along the way, And boy, let me tell you, they really broke. By the way, look at this. I can nudge the boat, and it'll start going in the direction I push it. So if I want to push it back now, we can do that too. Boats will float, and they make a really interesting little physics object too, because here's the best bit. We can now get, okay, let's give it a real big push. Let's sprint at it. And now let's get back in that boat. And what do you know? Now we can take a guided aerial tour of the Let's Play world. I would argue this is a feature, not a bug, It's definitely a bug and not a feature. But it exists because of marketplace emulation, and so as a result, buying a map on the marketplace will give you a very slightly different version of Minecraft than exists in the real world. And I'm mentioning this here now because a lot of people like the thing that I've done here in survival. In fact, over 10,000 people have downloaded this map. I am very grateful because, as you all know, a small portion of those sales does go towards me. And so this is something that I do think is absolutely wonderful. Like, yeah, a lot of people have been playing this. But some of those people have said, yeah, I love playing survival and I want to play it in your world, but you need to bear in mind there are going to be some interesting quirks to that, because when you play this world, it will be emulating 1.16, presumably until the end of time. And so this means, hypothetically, if they nerfed crossbows in 1.17, they made them terrible, the crossbows in this world would work like they did before. Yeah, again, they have to make these changes themselves. If they decide it's not worth making, maybe they don't get worse. But then this also means that, for instance, if you go out here, you're going to start to get some new terrain pretty soon. Once you leave the confines of... Is that a phantom over there? What am I seeing? Oh no, that's a wither skull. Huh. Those exist in the Let's Play version too. Interesting that it's just flying around there. Anyway, so, the interesting thing, though, that you might not know is that, like in 1.17, cave and mountain generation is going to change. Will that stuff work in this world? I don't know for sure, but I would expect not, right? And so yeah, the ways in which this world is different to the main world is it's going to have some very interesting effects as time goes on. That is something I don't know if they fully when they made the system. Can we? By the way, look at me. I'm rowing now. I'm going places. Actually, let's show you more of the world, because right here is the edge of the world at 1,000 and 125. Let me show you the interesting difference between this in the marketplace version versus the real version. Oh look, the wither skull is still here. I guess that's how I got there. It literally is a faithful recreation. But as you can see, when you get over to here in the real version of the world, wait, why is that pink? We're going to ignore that. But in the real version of the world, you can see how the savannah over there is fully formed. This is one of the areas that had to be cropped to make it work for the marketplace. This version of the world that I play on is close to a gigabyte now. It's going to cross the gigabyte threshold any month now. It's going to be a whole tragic thing. And so to reduce that world file size, all the parts of the world that I've been to, I've generated into the world but haven't done anything with, or that I've done something with but it's very minor, like the Nether pathway, have been removed. Here is a map of the explored terrain, in case you're curious. I find this to be a really interesting one to look at. You can see there's that long trail where I looked at infinite mine shafts in the bottom left. You can see that I generally go north-south more than I go east-west. It's really interesting to look at this map, but it tells you what I've been to, and that is very slightly different than you'll get in the main world. So it means you get differences where this savannah looks fully formed right here in the main version, but over here in the floating boat version, where the boat's momentum has stopped between me reloading the session, and so now I'm paddling the boat myself, I guess. But over here in floating boat version, or the marketplace version as we'll call it, you can see how to save the world file size, because all I did over here was look for fossils, if I'm not mistaken. When fossils were brand new, I wanted to find one in my world. There was no good reason to do so. You can see the very harsh line where the world generation is cut off, and then the new world generation comes in. This right here is Minecraft Xbox One, like call it TU31, world generation, and that over there, just at the beyond there, is Bedrock world generation. Despite being the same biome, I'm actually impressed that it lines up at all. You wouldn't expect this to be savannah on savannah, but despite lining up, they're entirely different parts of the savannah, and so there's this huge wall that generates, and it's actually, in my opinion, I find this sort of stuff really interesting. I find it interesting that it only looks bad there and over there, but yeah, this isn't part of the normal world. This is where your world generation ends from, my Xbox One TU31 world generation ends, and where Bedrock, the 1.16 emulation, does begin over here. And so yeah, the questions about how this world works in the future are ones we don't fully know the answers to. It's again, the way those tools work is very under wraps, and although I'm sure, the boat does continue without me, and although goodbye boat, I enjoyed knowing you. Actually, I'm going to send you back towards the world, and we'll pick it up later, and we'll do a mini tour to finish off the video, because isn't that fun? Oh god, it's really hard to direct these floating boats. Who would have figured? I want you to go this, why are you going so fast, boat? You're ruining my day, and I'd like you to stop. Oh lord. Oh look, we found a desert well. Oh look, I can steer the boat from inside of it to go the other way, and then I can try and row it in the air to go backwards? Come on, I can do this. Why? Oh no, it keeps on spinning. Okay, back this way, back this. No, it's not working. Now we're just eternally spinning too. This is a beautiful way to explore Minecraft though. Like, better than any other thing we could have hoped for. And it's entirely by accident. And it's also entirely beautiful. Isn't this mesmerizing? Couldn't you do this all day? It's a trick question. Of course you could do it all day. So there is, of course, extensive documentation if you are a marketplace map maker and you want to know how your maps are affected in the future. And to be honest, I could read that, but because it is most likely included under the NDA that you sign as a marketplace member, I don't particularly intend to, so I can continue to comment only on publicly available information because it's much easier for me to just do things that way. And so, you know, personally, I think, one, this is a really interesting difference between marketplace maps and public maps. I would argue there are huge benefits to it. I mean, there is no easy way to load up Minecraft Bedrock 1.4 to play a map that, you know, released 2.5 years ago, and that requires one of those mechanics. However, on the flip side of things, it's also something that I feel like would be handy for those people, but also maybe it's a bit of a curse on the other end. Again, I don't know how how this world will be affected by 1.17, and I especially don't know how the downloadable version will be either. Will it be a good change? Will it be a bad change? Oh, this one I have to ride my... Okay, there we go. Let's give it a big push. Yeah, so fast. You are going places, boats, whether you know it or not. But the fact is that we don't fully know the answers to those questions, and I just want you to be assured that I will be updating the world so you can get a more regular peek about how it works. Although a lot of people did download it for how it was right now, I do intend to update this world semi-regularly in the future, so at least a couple of times a year, and give you a peek as to what's been changing, both in what I've done, but also this will mean that you can experience it in 1.17, 1.18, and beyond, because it's the updated ventures. I intend to play it for all the updates in the future, and I look forward for you joining me on all of those. For now, okay, I'm going to try and get a little side momentum going here. I'm going to give it a bump from the side, because that little spin that I added, that was really good. I liked that. Oh no, now we're just... Well, this is something else. This is something else. Let's put it that way. But yeah, how does any of this work? How do these boat physics work? How do they work in the marketplace? How is all of that? The simplest answer is there's a different version of Minecraft that runs underneath. It's confusing, and now you know I'm confused. But we'll know answers in the future. And also, I want to make this video as a little pre-announcement, because I've been enjoying seeing people play around with the Let's Play world, making things like this, or this, or this, you know, like playing around and like making their own little changes. And so tomorrow is when I'll be looking at realms where people have done this. If you have made your own version of the Let's Play, you've modified it in some way and you want me to see, put CCCCC Toycat somewhere in the realm title, and I'll check it out tomorrow. And I don't know if that video will be out tomorrow, but I'll make it tomorrow, and then it'll be out when it's out, I guess. So with that said, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the weirdest little bug that I've shown off, and I hope that you have fun making it too. Wait, if we like summon a boat, will it just stay in midair? So again, this is the marketplace copy, so it's all fine to just hop in creative and type summon boat. The answer is that they do just float in midair. Wait, does that mean I can send multiple boats? Wait, I just had the best idea. Okay, here is a stack of boats. Let's give them all a push, and oh yes. Oh no, what? Okay, so when you get in a boat, it ruins the other ones. Or does it? I don't know what happened there. I don't know what's happening here at all. Yeah, when you get in any of them, it freezes and they all go off in different directions. So, isn't this beautiful? I think this is beautiful. Anyway, yeah, I hope you'll enjoy this video. I look forward to seeing your revisions of this. And thank you so much to everyone who's downloaded this map. It means the world to me. You know, I should be fired for my job. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.